Hello, lovely people. I'm here coming to you from so I'm just taking a little rest from my walk, and I just happened to come back to this, my go-to place at the moment, where I've got this lovely sandy beach and this very beautiful, expansive body of water, which looks like the sea. In most places it would be like being on the sea or the edge of the seaside, but it's actually fresh water. It's a bay. So have a little chat about how toxic load actually may contribute to our stress. So busy women like you who are juggling jobs, juggling their businesses, juggling families, juggling their homes, and trying to be able to do all the bits that you feel you need to do, so we, myself included, are in the habit of obviously doing, because that is what we do. We take on things, and sometimes we don't realize that we take on more than we actually need. And as a result of that, so if we are then doing more than we need, and we are living in a city, for example, or we're drinking tap water, and we are perhaps spending quite a lot of time commuting to get to and from places, like our workplace, for example. So all of that can contribute to our stress levels. But the interesting part is that our body can manage a certain amount of stress, and women have what is called oxidative stress tissues. They have higher levels of these stress tissues than men do. So this is why women tend to literally take on the stress that they are feeling or that they are putting themselves through. So I know I've got somebody here who's watching. Say hello so I know who you are, and we can contribute to the discussion that I'm having here. Let me know if you agree or disagree, if you have some input in what I'm saying. And so if we're then coming from that place of we're already stressed because of the lifestyle, the things that we're doing, and we have these things going on around us. There's a whole list of things that contribute to toxic load, but I've only just mentioned a few. But if those are then relevant to you, then what's happening is our body, the reason it then becomes overstressed, and part of the reason it becomes burnt out, is that we are dealing with a multitude of factors, and that includes this toxic load, which means it's straining our body, right? Because it takes our body certain amount of nutrients, certain amount of dealing with the environmental stresses, the free radicals that come into our body and into our bloodstream and in through the air that we breathe, and so on and so forth. And our bodies are then having to deal with all of that, and this is before we're even doing our jobs, looking after our families, looking after ourselves. And so it's then part of the thing that makes us or contributes to the stress. Now, a certain amount of stress is obviously something that we can deal with and cope quite easily, but then when it's multiplied to the point where there's been no recovery and it becomes what's called chronic stress, and then that chronic stress will lead to exhaustion, and an extreme form of exhaustion, which can then lead to burnout. And this, my friends, as I'm speaking to you, is something that I have gone through myself. So I can speak from a place of lived experience that this is something that we don't think about until it suddenly hits us and we're at rock bottom, and we no longer find ourselves even able, like an inch able, to give anymore, because we've just flatlined ourselves in terms of exhaustion. So yep, lovely to see you here, Madeline. Thanks for watching. So it's really important then to be aware and notice when things are happening before they get to that point. And this is something that I've fine-tuned myself to now. I'm here taking a break from my work day, just having a bit of time out. So just at the end, have had my cup of tea and go for a walk. And then I'm here just taking in the sounds of the waves and the fresh air. But I mean, it can be anywhere. Do please share where you go to get your rest moment. And if you're not getting your rest moments, perhaps that's something you want to be thinking about. So I'm just going to leave that with you now. And I hope if you've got any questions, do feel free to pop them in the comments. I do get back to people as quickly as I can, and I shall see you all soon. Yeah, bye for now.